Hi friends! Today we're going to talk about one of the most important things that can deeply impact our lives, values. Values are those deep principles and beliefs that give meaning to our decisions and life path. But you might be wondering, why is it so important to identify our values? Or why do we sometimes face challenges when it comes to actually living by them? In this video, we'll dive into these questions and find ways to recognize and implement values in our everyday lives. If you want to build a life that aligns with your true beliefs, stick with me until the end of this video. What are values? Values are the principles and standards we believe in and base our decisions on in life. These values basically reflect our priorities and the things that are most important to us. They not only guide our behavior, but also help us make the right choices when we're faced with decisions that align with our inner beliefs. For example, if honesty is an important value for you, you might choose to always tell the truth even when it's hard. Or if family is important to you, you might decide to spend more time with your family members, even if that means setting aside some work responsibilities. Values can be different for everyone. Some people may emphasize freedom, creativity, or respect for others, while others may prioritize success, peace, or justice. These differences not only shape each person's individuality, but also create different paths for living. Identifying your values can help you understand what you're truly seeking in life. When you know your values, you can make better decisions, set goals that align with your principles, and feel more satisfied with your life. Why are values important? Values are a fundamental part of who we are, and they have a deep impact on our lives and everyday decisions. They not only reflect our inner beliefs, but also shape our life path, helping us navigate through the complex world filled with choices. The importance of values shows up in various aspects of our lives. Guide for decision-making. Values help us make the right decisions when faced with different situations. When we face challenges and tough choices, our values act as guidelines, helping us pick the option that aligns best with our inner principles and beliefs, creating a sense of satisfaction and peace. When our life is in harmony with our personal values, we feel a deep sense of satisfaction and inner peace. On the other hand, when our values and decisions are in conflict, we may experience dissatisfaction, anxiety, and stress. Living according to our values makes us feel like we're on the right path. Strengthening human relationships. Values don't just affect our individual behaviors, they also impact our relationships with others. When we stick to values like honesty, respect, and empathy in our relationships, these values help create strong, healthy connections. People understand what we care about, and this makes our relationships a solid and trustworthy foundation. Personal growth and development. Values can guide us toward growth and progress. Anyone who lives according to their values strives to become a better version of themselves. These values might include continuous effort, ongoing learning, or creativity, which motivate a person to keep moving forward on their growth journey. Maintaining integrity and honesty. Having clear values helps us protect ourselves from social and environmental pressures. In a world full of changes and outside influences, we might be tempted to stray from our principles, but values keep us grounded and protect our integrity and honesty. Creating meaningful goals. Values not only help us live a meaningful life, but they also guide us in setting goals. When we identify our values, we can set goals that truly matter to us, not goals that are just influenced by external pressures or others' opinions. How to identify your values? Identifying your personal values is one of the most important steps on the path to personal growth and living a meaningful, fulfilling life. Values not only define the direction of our lives, but they also determine how we face challenges and make decisions based on certain principles. In this section, We'll go over several ways to identify your values that can help you get a better understanding of yourself and guide your life with clear goals and consistent principles. Look at your past experiences. One of the best ways to identify your personal values is by reflecting on your past experiences. Think about the important moments in your life and see where you felt the most satisfaction and happiness. These experiences can reveal your values. Answer these questions. What moments in my life brought me the most satisfaction and happiness? What principles was I following in those moments that made me feel safe and comfortable? What made me feel proud and successful in certain situations? This kind of reflection can lead you to values like family, freedom, success, honesty, or creativity. Answer important questions. To identify your values, it's helpful to answer some deep and thought-provoking questions. These questions can help you think about what truly matters to you. Some of these questions are: what things in my life are non-negotiable? When do I feel like I'm on the right path? Which moral and behavioral traits in others stand out to me the most? If I didn't have time or financial limitations, how would I spend my time? What activities make me feel alive and motivated? Answering these questions can give you fresh perspectives on your core values. Using lists of values. Sometimes using pre-made lists of values can be helpful for identifying your personal values. These lists contain words or concepts that might hold meaning for you. You can use these lists to review and choose the values that resonate with you. Some examples of values include honesty, respect, trust, responsibility, justice, freedom, acceptance of differences, creativity, kindness, empathy, courage, self-confidence, hard work, persistence, compassion, friendship, commitment, learning and growth, progress, health, balance, security. Choosing the values that are most meaningful and attractive to you can be a significant step in identifying your guiding principles in life. Examine priorities in life. Another way to identify your values is by looking at your priorities and decisions in life. When faced with different choices, certain values may lead you to a particular decision. For example, if you always prioritize family over work or friends, this might indicate that family is a key value for you. Analyze what inspires you. Certain people and models in your life can inspire you. These individuals can include your closest ones, celebrities, or even historical figures. When you look at these people, pay attention to their traits and personalities. Are they courageous? Honest? Do they help others? These traits can reflect values that you may also want to embody in yourself. Look at behavioral and emotional patterns. Over time, you unconsciously build patterns in your behavior and emotions. Some of these patterns can help you identify your values. Pay attention to how you respond in different situations. When facing a problem or challenge, what do you focus on most? What calms you down when you feel stressed or anxious? What principles do you stick to when communicating with others? These patterns might help you recognize values like independence, social support, or mental security. Flexibility in identifying values. Your values may change over time. As you gain new experiences, you might find that things you didn't care much about before become more important. That's why it's important to always be open to revisiting your values. Identifying inner conflicts. Sometimes you might face internal conflicts. For example, you might value professional success and spending more time with family, but sometimes these two things conflict with each other. Recognizing these conflicts can help you better prioritize what's most important to you. Practice and repetition. Identifying your values is an ongoing process. You might not be able to clearly identify all of your values right away. It's a gradual process that improves with practice and repetition. Focus on what's meaningful to you. In the end, the most important thing is to care about what brings meaning and satisfaction to your life. Your values are for you, and no one else can decide what's important to you. How to implement your values in life. Implementing your values in life is one of the key challenges on the journey of personal growth and achieving a meaningful life. Identifying your values is the first step, but for these values to truly impact your life, you need to actively apply them in your daily decisions. Implementing your values not only helps you find the right path in life, but also increases your satisfaction and self-confidence. Here are ways to implement your personal values in everyday life. Prioritize decisions based on your values. The first step in implementing your values is to prioritize them when making everyday decisions. When faced with different choices, consider your values and make decisions that align with them. For example, if family is one of your values, you might prefer to spend more time with family members, even if it means sacrificing work time. If honesty is a value for you, you will stick to the truth even when it's difficult. Example: if health is important to you, you might decide to prioritize physical activities in your daily routine. If personal growth is your core value, dedicating time to learning and studying becomes an integral part of your day. Adopt behaviors aligned with your values. Implementing values doesn't just relate to decisions, it's also about your everyday behaviors. You need to strive to exhibit behaviors that are in harmony with your values. When you act according to your values, these behaviors naturally shape a big part of your life. Example: if respect is one of your values, practice this principle in all your relationships and show respect for the rights and opinions of others. If commitment is important to you, stay true to your promises and fulfill your responsibilities properly. Set meaningful goals aligned with your values. To make your values have a greater impact on your life, you need to set specific and meaningful goals based on those values. When your goals align with your inner beliefs and principles, not only will you be more successful in achieving them, but you will also feel greater satisfaction along the way. For example, if learning and personal development are your values, setting goals for acquiring new skills and improving yourself could become one of your life priorities. Example: if your value is creativity, setting a goal to start a creative project such as writing, designing, or any other artistic activity can help you move forward in your values. If inner peace is important to you, setting goals for calming activities like meditation or yoga can help you implement this value in your life. Deal with internal conflicts. Sometimes when implementing your values, you might face conflicts. Two or more of your values might contradict each other, and you may have to make tough choices. In such cases, it's important to first define your priorities and decide which value is more important in a particular situation. If your values are career success and family, you might sometimes feel that to achieve your professional goals, you need to take more time away from your family. In these moments, you need to decide how to balance the two. Be flexible in implementing your values. Life doesn't always go according to plan, and sometimes circumstances arise that make it impossible to act exactly as you wish. Flexibility in implementing your values means that instead of being rigid and feeling guilty when facing challenges, you accept yourself and learn from your mistakes. This way, you can apply your values in a logical and adaptable manner according to your circumstances. If you couldn't follow your exercise routine one day, instead of blaming yourself, try to get back on track the next day and learn from the experience. Create an environment that supports your values. To make it easier to implement your values in your life, the environment around you should also align with those values. This environment includes the people around you, your workplace, family, and even your digital space. For example, if peace is important to you, you should create a calm and stress-free environment where you can easily implement your values. If your value is supporting others, your work and social environment should be such that you can help and support others. If your value is sustainability, you may choose to pay more attention to the environment in your daily choices and avoid excessive consumption of resources. Continuous feedback and evaluation. One of the important aspects of implementing your values is regularly assessing your performance and seeking feedback. Have you stayed true to your values in your decisions and actions? Have your values changed over time? By continually evaluating, you can ensure that your life remains aligned with your inner principles. Every month, you can dedicate some time to review your goals and actions and check whether you've gotten closer to your core values. Implementing values in life is an ongoing process that requires attention and effort. By prioritizing your values in daily decisions, adopting behaviors that align with them, setting meaningful goals, and being flexible when facing challenges, you can lead a life that is in harmony with your inner principles. This alignment will bring you greater satisfaction and happiness. Challenges and barriers to identifying and implementing values. Recognizing personal values and implementing them in life is one of the most important steps toward creating a meaningful and fulfilling life. However, this process is not always simple and without challenges. Individuals may encounter various obstacles that can prevent them from clearly identifying their values and putting them into action in their daily lives. Let's explore these challenges and some strategies for overcoming them. Challenges in identifying values. Social and cultural pressures. The social and cultural environment we live in can have a significant impact on how we recognize our values. Often the expectations of others or societal norms might cause a person to adopt values that are imposed on them instead of focusing on their personal beliefs and principles. Instead of accepting things unquestioningly, take some time to reflect on your personal beliefs. Questions like, is this value truly mine, or am I just following it because it's approved by others, can help clarify things. Lack of self-awareness. Self-awareness requires time and reflection. Many people, due to a lack of experience in self-exploration, are unable to gain a clear understanding of their values. Use self-awareness techniques like meditation, journaling, or speaking with a counselor to deepen your understanding of yourself. Inner conflicts. Sometimes individuals might find themselves torn between two or more values. For example, someone might value both family and career advancement, but when these two values conflict, they might feel confused. Prioritize your values. While both values are important, determining which one takes precedence in a specific situation can help guide your decision-making. Hidden values. Some values may be hidden in our subconscious, and recognizing them requires more effort. Pay attention to your behavioral patterns and decision-making. These patterns can reveal clues about your unconscious values. Challenges in implementing values in life. External pressures. Often your work environment, friends, or family may push you toward decisions that don't align with your values. Learn to say no and set personal boundaries. Explaining your values to others can help reduce external pressures. Time and financial constraints. Some values may require time, energy, or financial resources. For example, if health is one of your values, you might feel like you don't have enough time or resources for exercise or healthy eating. Planning and prioritizing can help you implement your values even in limited circumstances. Fear of judgment or disapproval from others. Many people hold back from implementing their values due to fear of judgment or disapproval from others. Remember that your values belong to you, and the purpose of life isn't to meet others' expectations. Strengthening your self-confidence and practicing self-acceptance can help reduce this fear. Conflicts with others' values. Sometimes your values may conflict with those of the people around you. This can create problems in family, work, or social relationships. Look for constructive ways to resolve conflicts. Open dialogue and respecting differences can help ease this challenge. Complexity of daily life. Modern life, with its fast pace and numerous stresses, can pull your focus away from your values. Build small daily habits that reinforce your values. For example, if personal growth is important to you, you could set aside a few minutes each day to read. Limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs like I can't, or my values are too impractical can prevent you from implementing your values. Identify these beliefs and replace them with positive thoughts. Reflect on past successes to boost your confidence. Fear of change. Implementing your values may require changes in your life which can sometimes be accompanied by fear. Make changes gradually, give yourself time, and lean on the support of close friends and family. Forgetting or ignoring values. In the hustle and bustle of life, you might forget or ignore your values. Write your values down and place them somewhere you'll see every day. This will serve as a reminder of how you should act. Dear friends, thank you so much for staying with me until now. Values are the foundation of a meaningful and fulfilling life, and I hope the insights I've shared today help you better understand your own values and implement them in your life. Remember, every change starts with a small step, and identifying and living by your values is one of the best steps you can take. If you found this video helpful, please share your thoughts with me and share it with your friends so they can benefit from it too. Until the next video, take care of yourself and your values. Stay successful and happy.